Continuing now with our Election Day coverage, we welcome political analyst Lieutenant Stephen Rogers. Good to have you with us today, Lieutenant. Public safety is a top issue, particularly in the New York City race. As a retired lieutenant, how do you weigh Zoran Mamdani's comments on the police force, at one time wanting to defund, now backtracking?
Look, he's a socialist and a communist. And when you have a socialist and communist individual running for office, he's going to try to get complete state control over the people. The New York City Police Department, and I've spoken to many officers there, they are already looking to cross the Hudson River here into New Jersey to get out of the city as soon as they could if this individual gets elected. Mamdani has supported the defunding of police and even the elimination of police precincts in that city. He believes that, well, if you have a problem in the city, pick up the phone and call a civilian agency, a mental health clinic, etc. So I've got to tell you, it's having profound impact on the people of New York and perhaps across the country.
Interesting, because there was a recent poll that came out saying that up to 1 million New Yorkers would definitely consider leaving the state if Mamdani's elected. So interesting that you say that about the men and women in blue. How important is the relationship between the mayor and the police force?
Extremely important. He's like the commander-in-chief of the police department, as the president of the United States is the commander-in-chief of the military. The police commissioner is chosen by the mayor of the city of New York, as well as just about every single police chief or individual that gets promoted into the upper echelons, the upper ranks. So you could see exactly what's going to be going on there. He's going to appoint his people who support his ideology, which again is a socialist communist ideology. And the rank and file, as you said, they're not waiting to leave, they're leaving now.
Now, President Trump has threatened to withhold funding and even to send troops to New York as well if Mamdani is elected. How do you see that tension there potentially playing out?
Well, I'm in total support of the president doing what he's doing with regard to sending troops into these cities. The problem with a lot of the individuals like Mamdani, and by the way, the Democrat Party, which has embraced his ideology, they've embraced an ideology that wants to keep the criminals free and the citizens of that city kind of hindered and locked up. So sending troops in, well, I've said all along, some of those Democrats, including Mamdani, ought to get in a police car, drive around in a ride-along program with the NYPD, and count how many people are going to be shot in that 24-hour period that they're on patrol. Maybe, just maybe, they'll wake up.
Now, the cost of living is another top concern among voters. Mamdani's promising free transit, rent freezes, city-operated grocery stores, and higher taxes on the wealthy. How do you see this approach in terms of what it could take to achieve the American dream today? Do you think it's changed the path to get there?
Well, what's going to happen is that none of those policies are going to work. We'll buy your groceries, we'll give you free rent, we'll do this free, education free. Well, somebody's got to pay for it. And the people who are going to pay for it are the people who are living in the city and working in the city. So when everybody begins to flee the city, who else is going to pay for it? So certainly that's a path to destruction. Hopefully the people of that city are going to wake up in the next few hours and they're going to elect someone to office. Maybe not the best choice, but better than a socialist communist.
And we do know President Trump is now endorsing or at least publicly throwing his weight behind Cuomo, who's currently running as an independent. Now, you're over in New Jersey, where there's another race, this one for governor. Cost of living is also a big concern there. And Mikey Sherrill, the Democratic candidate, has made that a central focus of her campaign. How do you see her policies compared with Republican Jack Ciattarelli on this point?
Well, we go back to the national Democratic national platform, socialism and communism. It's all over the country. Her policies they actually mirror in some way Mamdani. And by the way, she endorsed him. Jack's policies are freedom, individual rights. Parents, let them dictate what education their children will receive. So we have in this country today, and by the way, the eyes of the nation, if not the world, are on New Jersey and New York. We are at war. We have an ideological political war going on with socialists and communists. They're making their move now. And if Mamdani gets elected, watch Seattle, watch Los Angeles, watch Chicago, And in New Jersey, the same thing goes. So I believe Jack Ciattarelli is going to win and win big because I've spoken to independents and Democrats, and they said they had it. Taxes, yes. Quality of life, yes. But when it comes to our freedoms and liberties and capitalism versus socialism and communism, capitalism and freedom wins.
The stakes are certainly high, and the contrast could not be higher, potentially. It's good to have your opinion on this and hear your insights today. Lieutenant Stephen Rogers, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.